do? Come on, man, wave your hand. Pick up Jesus and wave your hand. Too many minds behind me. Talk to me tonight. Too many trials are true. I said too many tell me to remember. Come on, man, wave your hand. There is too much to give. I want to sing it again. To Lord, too many miles behind me. No matter what you go through, too many trials are true. I said too many tears help me to remember. But there is too much to give to Lord. Do so. Said across the hard burning desert. Sometimes I struggle the right road to choose. Oh you do, but somewhere over there there is food, clear water, and defeat is one word. Don't you? Emancipation Park. Oh you do? I said to many sons lie beyond the mountain. I said to many rivers my feet I walk through. I said to we have done. Away over yonder. Too much to give to Lord. Can I testify? Said across the hard burning desert. Sometimes. Say you struggle the right road to choose. I said somewhere over there is food, clear water, and defeat is what. Come on, we have done. I don't know. Who am I to say? Look for your name, I know. He laid his hands on me. He laid his hands on me. Christ laid his hands on me. Who am I to see Jesus went and died on the cross? Up on the cross, he died up on the cross. He died up on the cross. Sign up me there. We have done. Jesus, stand me way. You stand me way. Sign up me there. How you do? Jesus, stand me way. Sign up me there. Emancipation Park. How are you look for your name now? I have been through the storm. But it seems like forever. Come here tonight. For your night of confusion. We're and been on so long. Can I testify? For your ship has lost hunger. Everybody. For this storm got you gypsy. Everybody do so. For your night almost over. Tell me something. He can ride out your storm. Everybody, say ride out your. Ride out your storm. God is there with you. Singing you may not feel it. Singing you're not alone. I say you're hurting now. For your morning is coming. People, you can hold on to Jesus. me right now the star.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, me Jesus.
Ride the storm.
What kind of star?
Ride the storm.
You ready to ride a star?
Ride the storm.
Mama, ride a star, ride a star.
Ride the storm.
Everybody.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, Lord.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, me Jesus.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, me Jesus.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, me Jesus.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, me. Do so.
Ride the storm.
Me beg you, me Jesus.
Ride the storm.
Singing right out there.
Ride down the storm.
Oh, God is there with you. Oh, you know. Me say you may not feel it. Tonight, me say you're not alone. Oh, you're hurting now. Can I testify? When your morning is coming, you can hold on to Jesus. Tonight, he can ride on. Oh, me ride on the star. Ride on the star. What kind of star? Star of back pain. Star of leprosy. Me beg you, Lord. Me beg you, me Jesus. We have done. Do so. Oh, me ride on this star. What kind of star? What kind of star? Walk for your victory. Praise God for your victory. Oh, me ride me, star. Oh, me ride me, star. Oh, me ride me, star. Oh, ride the star. Ride the star. What kind of song, yeah? Me beg you, me Jesus. Me beg you, me Jesus. Me beg you, me Jesus. Oh, you know. Me beg you, me Jesus. Me beg you, me Jesus. We have done, man. Lose yourself. Me beg you, me Jesus. Hold on to Jesus. He can ride out your storm. No matter what the storm coming.
Yes, indeed, folks, and a special good night to each and every one of you once again. It is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 8 minutes. Wow, already 8 minutes after the 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. And we are live on 94.9 out there in Brooklyn. Good night to you, Wade. Yeah, good night to you. We Noise Radio. A special good night to you, bro. And a good night to all the listeners on the YouTube, all of you on the Facebook. Yeah, we say a special good night to each and every one of you. I hope that you all have been having a wonderful day today and that you continue by having a wonderful night tonight. You understand? Yes. Just, yeah. But yeah, I can change the music, you know. Yeah, I had to change the music a little bit after, yeah. Let me see which one I'll come in with, yeah. I'll change the type of music slightly, yeah. So let me see who is on the YouTube. I see Gillian is there, Agnes Henry, Gemma Ward, Lisha Abraham, Debbie Seals, Lydia Isaac, Faithlyn Halley, Douglas Maud Martin, Errol Bonaparte, Alban Harris, I owe you a call, bro. Francis George, Kathleen Ledlow, Sherma Jeremiah, Ruth Chitterman, Deborah Laborde, Faithlyn Halley, Douglas, Chris London, Ashma Charles, a special good night to you, my dear. Adrian Watts, good night to you, and of course the lovely Mrs. Watts. Jackie Raymond, good night. Byron Frank, I see Carib Spice Fitness, I see you there. Vanessa Lalji, Rodney Barry, Michelle Alexander, Jacinta Livingston, baby daddy. Sandra Joseph, good night to you. Hey, Kenny Buckmeyer, good night to you, bro. Cynthia Bartholomew, good night to you. You are in from Carriacou. Herbert Norey, Osbert James, Gloria Francois. Tell them pronounce all the name properly in his French, you know. Don't play pronouncing it like it's English and it's Francois. Francois. Velma Pascal, Patsy Frank, good life. Yolande Pariaga, I see you down there. Janice Mitchell, Moko, Joseph, good night. John Stafford, my brother. Shirley and James, Christine Otley.
Just as the longest road
Teresa Joseph, Denny Sandy, let me see, Ann Andrews, Dolores, good night to you, Dolores Redhead, Eliza Bernard, Deborah Laborde, Veronica Lewis Alexander, Red Girl Pascal, Marilyn Ferguson, I see you in early tonight, girl. Jerome Lewis, Hermione Calise, Shanron Felix, Cindy Thomas, Sherms Houston. Good night to you and the family, my dear. Sky, what's up? Phyllis Mitchell, Hillary Joseph, and Antonito. Brandon Joseph, Charmaine Ragbasing, Jacket Man. Luna Lolo Williams.
Don't care at the depth.
Miriam was wondering when I go see your name. You know Miriam, you know. Watch, Miriam, you know me and you, eh? Right, nice. Miriam, good night. Miriam is a darling. Clive Raymond, my good brother. Mary Slinger, Amanda Joseph, Ron Julian, David Lancos, Mavis Mitchell, Amanda Jeremiah, Gartha Batiste, and let me see, Oswald Belfont, Dennis Donaldson, Edison Edmond, Alistair Andrews, Christine Batley, Marva Julian, Claude Abraham, Christopher Johnson, Agatha Williams, if I don't call the rest of her name, they're in trouble. Sherman Thomas, Olive Mitchell, Merle Patrick, Tanisha Millett, Anna Lewis, Gloria Francois.
In their conscience down, because all men.
For those of you wondering what has been happening with Real FM, their YouTube page has been it's been barred for a while. It's down. So they've got an alternative YouTube page. If you all hit me up a message, I can send the alternative page to you. Yeah, because they were on today and so on. The 91.9 frequency has been down since Hurricane Beryl. I believe there was some damage to the transmitters in the mountains. So that has been down, but the 91.5, as far as I know, is up and running. So you could get them on 91.5. And for those of you, just hit me a message, drop a message for me. New Jersey, good night. Yeah, drop me a message and I will try to send the link for the YouTube to you. I wouldn't send it immediately now because we're in the middle of the program now. But either on the studio WhatsApp or on my personal WhatsApp, those of you that have my personal number, just send a message and I'll send you the just say Sheldon YouTube for Real FM and I'll send it for you. Yeah? Nice. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so Mabel Smart, Kester Victor, and Alion Bud, done by Andrew Vaughan Wellington. Good night to all of you. And good night to you, Gemma Thomas.
They have seen the fall of men.
Jill Williams, Dr. Jeremy, and these on the Facebook now. Enid Jakim, good night, bro. Ingrid Bond, Dean Joseph, Landon Jane, Cathy Albert.
But whoa.
Glenda Smith, Pamela Hackett, Andre Noel, Denise Fabio,
Welcome quickly.
Keda, what's up?
But the days are numbered.
Sweet Empress Cyrus, that's a name I haven't seen for quite a while. Good night to you.
Vision, the anger, the
Kathleen Jones, Ansel Landy, John Adams, Olive McEwen,
to have his day.
London, well, you have no behavior, you know. Devon Hayward, Teresa Collymore, Dixie and Victor, Laslyn Douglas, Latoya Maguire,
Not afraid.
Olive McEwen, yeah. Dr. Julie Dubois, good night to you. Yeah, you're working hard, girl. Well, as usual, eh? Justin Charles, yeah. McLean Mitchell, Nelsia Charles, and Sherms, yeah, I see you there. Nicole Ewing, I see you. Vintris, good night.
But be not afraid.
Kurt Belfont, Glennis George, Margaret Charles, Amanda Charles, yeah. Gillian Prescott, Wallan Aquat, Sherry Lambert,
Just
Joan Henry, Teresa Gill,
comes to a bend.
Gloria Tompkin,
Evil word.
Connie Tompkin, I ain't trying to see you there. No, yeah.
Soon to
Shirley Lacrette, Winnie Simon, Yvonne Courtney, Peter Mitchell, Tegwa, Carla Walcott, Norman Noel. Yeah, we have some talk tonight, you know. Yeah, it's talking points tonight, yeah. Nurse Maguire, good night to you. Rachel Alexander, good night to you as well. Hope that you all are having a fabulous night. Yeah. But we had to get things started.
sin. Just as the longest road comes to a bend, so do the evil works of evil men. Bound to soon to come to an end. I see.
So folks, finally, the Minister of Health has resurrected. All of a sudden, he's out. Yesterday we saw him in Parliament. I don't know where he was before that, but he emerged in Parliament yesterday, actually throwing what for people, all sort of things, nonsense as usual. But the Minister of Health has re-emerged. Yeah, he has finally re-emerged. And I realize as well that probably he re-emerged, so he finally gave the information to the PR department in GIS or wherever, so that they could put out the information regarding the infant deaths and so on. So they've sent out a release today, and that release states, the Ministry of Health is deeply saddened by the untimely passing of 2 infants at our general hospital last week. Such loss is unimaginable, and our thoughts and prayers are with the respective families. The ministry is aware of claims alleging medical negligence in these infant deaths. We take these claims seriously, as the health, safety, and well-being of all our patients is paramount. In this regard, we have commenced an internal review of both incidents. To date, we have reviewed video footage in the Accident and Emergency Department. We can confirm that our healthcare providers on duty at the time did not fail to act. The standard protocols and procedures for medical emergencies were duly followed. Additionally, autopsies have been requested in both cases, as well as the medical reports. It is important that we understand the circumstances surrounding these incidents. However, cognizant of the legalities associated with patients' medical information, the ministry is unable to comment specifically on these matters. Health services delivery is fraught with numerous challenges, but we remain committed to improving the quality of care given to all those who access our services. No, the word those there, but anyhow, you understand what I think, right? We strive to ensure that all patients receive the best possible medical care at our facilities, and we continually work to uphold the highest standards in healthcare. To the families, we extend our heartfelt condolences during this incredibly difficult time. So that's the Ministry of Health. But let me say this. You're saying that you're conducting an investigation, but at the same time that you are saying that you're conducting an investigation, the same time you're saying you're conducting an investigation, you already make the statement that the standard protocols and procedures for medical emergencies were duly followed. So what are you doing an investigation again for if you're satisfied that all that had to be done was done? So that release don't really making that amount of sense to me, because if you're saying that an internal review is taking place, then how come at this point in time you are putting out this release stating that all the standard, and I'm quoting you all exactly, we can confirm that our healthcare providers on duty at the time did not fail to act. The standard protocols and procedures for medical emergencies were duly followed. Additionally, autopsies have been requested in both cases, as well as the medical report. So you've already come to a conclusion. You've already come to a conclusion that, hey, we do what we were supposed to do. Yeah? So you've already taken off responsibility and blame from yourselves and placed it elsewhere. But we'll get back to that. We've got a call online. I'm going to give the preference to the calls tonight, because I know a lot of you wanted to get through last night. Now, what's happening here? I'm answering the call and the caller answering. What kind of thing is that? Hey. Papa, yo. What's going on with you there, Papa? Now, let me shut down the WhatsApp and start it again, because it seems to be giving a problem. Yeah, so we'll have to call us on the WhatsApp. I'm restarting the WhatsApp because it's giving a problem. Yeah? Right, so yes, I'm getting your messages, so I'll send the link for you all when the program is complete, right? Nice. Yeah. So if you're doing a release, if you're saying to people that, look, something has happened and we apologize, well, not apologize, you haven't apologized, you've said something has happened and that you're sad that it has happened. Okay, we understand that. But at the same time, you're already giving a judgment in relation to the matter, and you're saying you're doing an internal investigation. In cases like these, while you do your internal investigation, it is always important to have a separate, impartial investigation taking place. We've got a call online. Go right ahead, caller.
Good night, Sheldon Scott.
My pastor, how you doing?
By God's grace, I am doing good.
Pastor, I'll go send something to you later tonight. You'll laugh until you cry.
Thank you very much, sir.
But go ahead.
I am the voice of one that is crying out in the wilderness of Grenada for the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik that has been neglected close to going on 2 months after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. I am making a clarion call to the Prime Minister of Grenada. I cannot say Carriacou and Pitimatnik yet, but I am making a call to the Prime Minister of Grenada. I am also making a call to the Minister of Finance. I am also making a call to the parliamentary representative of Carriacou and Pitimatnik. I am also making a call to all our CARICOM leaders, included Dr. Ralph Gonzalez of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and all our CARICOM colleagues to please intervene in the situation of the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik that has been neglected going to a total of 2 months. After in 2007 an insurance has been opened out should in case a disaster pass, and this money has been received 14 days after Beryl pass, over $118 or more million. This money is money that belongs to the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik, and by extension certain part of Grenada that had been destroyed by Beryl. I am asking, please, Mr. Prime Minister, the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik are stressed out. Your mental home is growing more in population because the people has been stressed. Carriacou people do not know where to turn, so you have the money. If you cannot get the material to come to Carriacou, give the people the money. It is high time that the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik stop suffering under your administration, Deacon Mitchell. Please, I beg, Mr. Minister of Finance, why you are holding this money there for? The money belongs to the people that has been get. The people that has houses had been destroyed. Have a heart. The same way all you take the low-income houses and sell it to all your friends in the diaspora. Why you all hold all this amount of millions of dollars and the Carriacou people are suffering? Have a heart now. Give them the money if you can get the material. Carriacou people are suffering, Sheldon Scott. I am speaking on behalf of the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik who still below somebody downstairs, who still below step. And there is information to suggest that members of the GDB headed to Carriacou to see how they could set up a sub-office for people to come to borrow their own money that you're supposed to give them. Carriacou people and Pitimatnik people don't lend no money from the GDB bank. That money belongs to all you, and all you have to get it. Oh God, have a heart, Deacon Mitchell. Have a heart. Are you so evil and are you so wicked? You, Mr. Tevin Andrew, as I close, God, if you don't repent, boy, God have a special place in hell for you. Carriacou people, or you make them turn refugees. Sheldon, I am desperate. I am feeling the pains for the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik. Have a heart and give them the money, or you have it there. Have a good night, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you so very much, Pastor. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. I'm just trying to get the WhatsApp number back up and running. I'm getting the WhatsApp messages, but the calls, yeah, it's on another machine. Well, if you know, as I tell all is, it's like operating a spaceship inside here, because it's screen. So it's all over. Yes, like operating a spaceship inside here. Yeah, 440-7377, 347-329-3101. I'm just making sure the line is open. You can give us a call because I know a lot of you were trying to get through last night, but we were dealing with something. So first things here, we were talking a little while there about the Ministry of Health and the release that they sent out. So how am I supposed to feel if you are not doing an impartial, how to put it, an investigation that does not directly involve the staff at the ministry? Yeah? So you get a body that has nothing to do with it. Maybe you can ask the Bar Association if they are willing to appoint a person or two, and you ask the Conference of Churches if they're willing to appoint a person or two, and whichever other body that you think is necessary, so that you have an impartial investigation into what has taken place. Yeah? But for you to say that you have an internal investigation taking place, and after you tell us that you have the internal investigation taking place, you still come back and tell us, well, basically that you don't need the investigation. Because if you are telling us this, if you are telling us we can confirm that our healthcare providers on duty at the time did not fail to act, the standard protocols and procedures for medical emergencies were duly followed, you're basically telling us that there's no blame on your end. Yeah, that's what you're basically telling us. So I'm trying to understand what was the use in sending out the release to say that if you've already come to a conclusion. What are you investigating if you have already settled on a conclusion in relation to this matter? If you already have made a decision that nothing wrong was done. And I'm not saying that anything wrong was done. I don't want anybody to get me wrong. I went to accident and emergency during this month. Well, in fact, no, it was towards the ending of last month. And I was in and out quickly. Yes, it didn't have a lot of people there. I was in and out quickly. I was treated nicely until all you come back on the show and all you say the treatment nice because they freed me out. But I can't go and say that I had bad treatment. I didn't get bad treatment from the time I got there until when I was leaving. The doctor made sure and she went above and beyond. I need to say that. So that was my experience. But I can't say my experience is the same that other people are going through. I can't say that they met the same people that I met when I went there. So I can't just take my experience and say that is the experience of everyone. And remember, in the whole experience of what we're speaking about here with the families and their interaction with the healthcare system, it's only one side that has a dead child. Just remember that. It's only one side that has a dead child. All right? 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How are you?
There's a question I would like to know.
Mm-hmm.
If a man submit a plan in the planning department,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the drawing man, every time they sit on it, they come back, they're saying, oh, you have to correct this, and you have to correct that. I mean, that system been going on in almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years. You've got a plan inside there, nearly 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what to do. When you're interacting with the government of Grenada and you're having problems, there's an office called the Office of the Ombudsman. I believe they're located in the Public Workers Building. With this government, you never know if things functioning or not functioning. But there's supposed to be the Office of the Ombudsman. So a situation like that, you ought to be able to take that to the Ombudsman, and they are supposed to start working on your behalf. You're supposed to put it in their hands, and they're supposed to take it over for you. Because 2 years, I mean, come on, 2 years you're saying, man. The price of material changing.
I'm not the man who do the joint, right? You know, and every time they come and say, okay, they need this, they need that. You know, they ask for certain amount to feed. They said, okay, that. I just letting you know the story.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come back and said, oh, the print is too small, they cannot see. Then they come back and said, oh, we need this in feet and inches. We don't need metric. You give them all what they want. So, I mean, what I'm saying, I'm a citizen of Grenada, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not condemning any administration. I'm not taking side in anything. I am talking on my interest. And if I'm talking on behalf of me, and if this is the way that I'm getting treatment as a Caribbean Grenadian person, I totally believe it's not acceptable. But thanks for telling me about the Ombudsman. I know the Ombudsman is existent. Every time that they come back.
You need to go to the Ombudsman. And I hope, as I said, I'm not sure if, because sometimes they have an office, sometimes they're not there. So I'm hoping that they have an Ombudsman in place. I haven't heard much about the office for quite a while, but that is the reason for that office. If you are engaged with a government department and you find you've been unfairly treated, or you find they're giving you the runaround, you go to the Ombudsman, and that's their responsibility to get the job done for you.
Okay, because if we deal with tourism, international people, we have to encourage people to come to the Caribbean. We cannot mislead them, and when they do the study and they ask us a question and you answer it wrong. If you don't know, and you tell them they don't know, they feel more comfortable with you, and they'll always want to use the service again. All right? If this is in the planning department, if they say, well, mister, I don't know, I have to follow up from somebody else to give me a classification and correction, I could understand that.
I understand where you're coming from, yeah.
But then they say, no, you have to do this, and you have to do that. I totally believe, in my mind, my brother, we have to go back to the drawing board to get things right.
All right, my brother. What I'll do is I'll tell you, do as what I told you there. Try that.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, then I don't know what to tell you again. It had to be something else.
Yeah, but
the Ombudsman should get to the end of it.
Yeah, but I cannot go against the man who do the drawing.
Yeah.
The drawing man was supposed to go to the Ombudsman.
Yeah.
But I could only make recommendation to him, which I did already in the past.
Okay.
I told him he have to go to the Ombudsman. You know? And he said every time it's something different. Now they want to know where they're going to put sewage tank. And all that is in the drawing already.
Okay, here's what. Give me a call immediately after the program. We'll have a further conversation on this.
What time are you going to finish?
I'm finishing at 10, so you can call me like just about 2 minutes after 10. Give me a call.
Excellent, my brother.
Okay, great, thanks. Well, I think I know who talking, you know. I know where to find you in tongue. I know where to find you in tongue, and I know who talking. I find I make out that voice.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, man. Peaceful phone photo your class master, man.
I know who talking there, man.
Well, you know who talking.
You could give me a call.
Class master.
Yeah, man. You could give me a call, or if it's anything, I'll know where to find you.
Okay, one long.
Okay, brother. Blessings. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I believe I've made out the voice. Yeah. 440-737-7347, and we've got a call online. Hello, good night. Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Sheldon.
Hi, my dear.
Good night, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have current in Carriacou?
They have restored electricity to various parts of Carriacou.
You know why I asked that question? Because I tired hear everybody, all me and whosoever, crying in the wilderness for Carriacou people. But I don't find I hearing Carriacou people crying for themselves.
No, they do call. Sometimes they call and they wouldn't identify themselves as Carriacou people, but I know some of the voices. They do call, yeah?
Okay, all right.
They do
because
call.
I know you did talk about when they give the tent, and they say they're starting to do what they got to do. And you ask the question to call and find out. One lady I hear call and say what she have to say, and she say, well, next morning she go and then investigate the matter to see what is going on. So I want a lot, not one, two, three people that living in Carriacou, So I need a lot of them to ball in the, not cry, ball in the wilderness. The suffering. In every radio station they know they could call and ask them, please, because I cannot see where the government get money for the people, and he not doing what he had to do. I'm watching the tape when Kevin saying how you could have your people in Carriacou could build a house, and they don't build in their house. That's ridiculous for them to come in and build a house for them, The money coming Grenada is for everybody who get that destroyed from Beryl. So what it is all about the government not want to spend the money, only there to lie, only there to fight on Dr. Mitchell. Huh? Only there to fight. When they was building that building, when any day, when they building that building, the first NDC fight down Dr. Mitchell for that building on the ground there. And they come in and want to chase him out inside that building. Where they get this kind of people and them from? Yesterday I tell you, I said I didn't watching a girlfriend call me and tell me, I said, this kind of thing I see they doing it. She said, girl, Dr. Mitchell talking. I go and sit down. When I watch it, trust me, if I did it in Parliament, I didn't sell, I'll know,
I know.
I
I know for a fact that would be a fact.
Monkey know which tree to climb. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so very much, my dear.
All right.
And again, yeah, you will be hearing some more about supplementary budget. I will be giving some more information in relation to that tonight because I took the time today again and listened over the entire Parliament sitting, and I think it was a big joke to them. It was a big joke. Now, no matter which part of it, while Dr. Mitchell was speaking, there was always the intention to create that diversion. The mere fact that they had a cameraman in place, the mere fact that the Speaker of the House did not follow the rules of the House of Representatives. If you are standing, you can only interrupt another member's speech on 2 counts, on a point of order or a point of clarification. If you're standing on a point of order, when you stand or you put on your light and it catches the attention of the Speaker of the House then says, Member of Parliament for St. George Northwest, or he says wherever, and then you say, I'm standing, Mr. President, not Mr. President, that's in the Senate, but I'm standing on a point of order, and I want to bring to your attention, standing order number 14, standing order number 15, standing order number 16, and you basically say what that standing order refers to. And then it is up to the Speaker of the House to decide whether he's going to ask you to withdraw, or so no member can get up and say, I'm calling on you to withdraw. You can make the suggestion to the Speaker of the House, but you can call on a member to just withdraw. And then when you know that a statement the person is making is truthful, why are you asking them to withdraw it? You know very well what you said. So if you want to stand, and again, there are some young people here who've been in Parliament and so on, the youth Parliament, and they could tell you that you're standing, and if you're standing on a point of clarification, you can say, I'm standing on a point of clarification, at which point it's up to the person speaking if they decide that they're going to give way to you. They don't have to. They can decide I'm not giving way and you have to sit back down. If you decide that you're not giving way to them on a point of clarification, they have to sit back down. So there are rules that govern. In fact, let me see here. There are rules that govern the Parliament of Grenada. This is not no wishy-washy kind of thing. You just walk in there and you say what you feel like, and that there are rules. There are rules that govern the Parliament, the standing orders of the House of Representatives. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull up that there. These are the standing orders, the House of Representatives, the rules that govern the House of Representatives. Yeah, and if I remember, it should be, it speaks to different things. everything here from what the procedure should be. But it seems as though the members of this government have not read this document. Yeah? Because it speaks to manner of speech and all that sort of thing. Is there in this document. Everything is there. Rules of debate. Time and manner of speaking, right of reply, interruption, section 37. So let's see if we could go down to section 37. I'm rushing down to it here. Let's see if we could go down to section 37 and see what section 37 says here. Okay, come on, man. Yeah, we could move faster than that, right? Yeah, we're getting closer now. Nice, right, yeah. Because I want you to know that the speaker is not doing the right thing. And I want the speaker to know that we know that he's not doing the right thing. Here you speak to interruptions. So in other words, a member is speaking. If you're going to interrupt them, A, by rising on a point of order when the member is speaking, no member shall interrupt another member except by rising on a point of order. He didn't say you rise on a point of order. He just get up. When the member speaking shall resume his seat and the member interrupting shall simply direct the attention to the point which he desires to bring to the notice and submit to the speaker or chairman for decision. And they speak about speaker or chairman here because when you go into committee stage in the House of Representatives, it's the chairman and no longer referred to as the speaker. Or B, to elucidate, right, yeah, some matter raised by the member in the course of his speech, provided that the member speaking is willing to give way and resume his seat, and that the member wishing to interrupt is called by the chair, so you don't necessarily have to sit down. That's the rules of the House. But you have people just getting up and telling the speaker that man had to withdraw. Who is he? Who is he to decide that he just ain't sitting down? I mean, this is madness. Absolute madness. Let's go to the phone lines. Oh boy, we lost that caller. Yeah, caller, give us a call back. Right? That is absolute madness. And we're going to come to something else that was said in the Parliament in a little while, you know. Because something else was said in Parliament yesterday. And we come into it. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night.
Hi, caller. You're live. Go right ahead. Just lower the volume in the background and go ahead. Yeah, just kill the volume in the background there and you're good to go. All right. Hello. Hello. Okay, that's because you're not paying attention. Folks, when you're calling, it might be the first time that you're calling the program. Remember, take the volume off in the background and wait for us to answer on the phone. If you realize the phone is no longer ringing, then we've answered. So have that conversation with us on the phone line itself. And let me say here, right now, the Minister of Sport is Mr. David Andrew. Yes, the Minister of Sport is Mr. David Andrew. And I know why I'm saying that. The Minister of Sport at this point in time is Mr. David Andrew. And some folks messaged me. Today is Wednesday, so they messaged me on Monday. And they reminded me of this particular post. They reminded me of this post. Yeah? Where the Member of Parliament for South St. George was throwing word for the Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Southeast, the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. Good night, Honorable Emlyn Pierre. I know you're listening somewhere there. Skeeter! I know you're listening. You're right. So the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, on the 23rd of April this year, the Minister of MIT said the following. So let me address this. Someone may have told Emlyn Pierre that was in Marquis area last week, looking at the basketball court and its deplorable condition. All of a sudden, she's asking for works to be done, political gimmick. Someone please tell Emlyn Pierre that the Marquis basketball court will be refurbished soon by Minister David Andrew. Since 2016, the court was in the condition see first picture and nothing was done, even though she was the previous Minister of Youth and Sport. So he was claiming that this picture with the backboard rotten out and thing, that picture is from 2016. Andy Williams, you lie. Let me just repeat here, you lie. Because the people are Marquis. They want to know what's taking place with the basketball court right now. They would like to know what is taking place with the basketball court right now. Yeah? They want to know. Because they say all kind of promise was made. All they go fix up the basketball court and all they come up there and all they throwing word for Emlyn Pierre. Throwing word for the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. So all you come the other day and you all were able to go, yes, you go on here, put up the netting and back around the basketball court. But look, grass growing. The guys can't go and play basketball there with grass growing through that. You can't get a proper bounce on the ball when you're playing basketball with that kind of situation. But you run your mouth on Honorable Emlyn Pierre. Look the state of the backboard, still. You come in and fix it, yeah. And you're throwing word for. Look the state of the backboard. We want the people to see. That is it right now. As we speak. Today. That is the state of it. She is the MP for St. Andrew Southeast. An original Grenville woman. So she has all right and responsibility to speak on and on the behalf of the people of St. Andrew Southeast and the people of St. Andrew and anybody else anyway too. She has all right to speak. Where the lights? Where the light gone? Where the lights? The lights for the basketball court. Come on. Yeah? So the people of Marquis have told me to tell you to get with it. Because you and Dave promised them that the basketball court go and fix. And as you say, since 2016, let me see here, since 2016, that is he claim. Since 2016, he claimed that the basketball court was like that. That's his claim. Yeah? But he lie. What you know about basketball court up there since in 2016? You know nothing about that? In fact, let me see if I could increase the size of this here to show you all this. If that is the state of it in 2016, let me show you all something here. In 2017, this is 22nd. Oh boy, I thought I put it up on the screen. Sorry. Yeah. On the 22nd of December 2017, this was posted by the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. Nice. And she was recognizing the young men who were keeping the basketball court clean. You seen any break-up fence and all kind of thing there? The guys were cleaning up the court and they were able to play the basketball and thing. You seeing anything mash up behind it? You seen anything like that? In fact, this is when Honorable Emlyn Pierre was speaking in April about the state of the basketball court, the present state of the basketball court. And this post is from the 24th of January 2018. And the basketball court is all well and good. And that's on the Honorable Emlyn Pierre's page. But you say since 2017, the basketball court, 2016. But you see in 2017, 2018, you seeing any backboard? This is 2018. The date ain't lying. Look at the state of the backboard and so it is there. It is good. So what 2016 it like that? Stop lie. How all you so? It's like all you have a lying sickness. This is 2018. The place painted. The fencing is proper. She was inviting people to come to our match there. So I don't understand. And this is in 2017 when there were repairs done to the basketball court. So we're talking about 2016. Boy, let's stop that lying thing now, man. It's like every one of these ministers, they have some kind of, it's just a, my goodness, boy. Like, it's a must. Everything is a lie with these people. And it's so easy to prove that they're lying. Look, we have been able to just pull it up. Just 2 minutes. And you could pull it up and show that these people lying. I could never understand that. Folks, let's go back to the phone. 440-7377-347 329-3101. Give us a call. There's also something else I want to deal with from yesterday's Parliament sitting. And let me take this call before I go to the to yesterday's Parliament sitting. All right. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night. Just lower the volume in the background and go right ahead.
Yes. The NDC people have a disease for lying.
But-
And when they lie so, it's hell they're going in. Hell fire they were going. They have to stop tells lie, sheldon. They have to stop tell lie. Like all NDC people is only lie. Only lies they're telling. You understand? Only lies. But fire for them. Hell put fire for them, sheldon. You have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you so very much, Media. It's like these guys just can't help but lie. It's like they can't help it. My goodness. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello. Okay, we may have lost that caller. Let me see here. Let me go to the other phone line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Sheldon, I am not getting real FM. Do you know what is going on with them?
You can get them on 91.5 or there's a new YouTube page. If you send me a WhatsApp on the WhatsApp that's on the screen, I can send you the link to the YouTube page that they're using right now. Their normal YouTube page has been blocked, so they can't broadcast there. And their 91.9 transmitter is down at this time. So they're only on 91.5 and they have the new YouTube. So just send me a message and I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
No problem either. Yeah. 440-7377. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Okay. Hold on. Let me put. Hello?
Yes, sir. You're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I have to turn my volume down here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. All right, you have a pen?
Yeah, I have a pen, man.
Because I'm dealing with some numbers here that is troubling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with 8,512 new citizens approved in 24. For the last 12 months,
8,000 how much?
8512.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The CBI program started in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the NDC government approved 7,472 in 10 years, in 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 years, the new government approved 8512 with a total of 15,984 new citizens in the last 10 years. Now, if you do the math, okay, if you divide 15, that number, by, let's say, 100,000 Grenadian people,
Mm-hmm.
110,000, that's 14.5% of Grenadians that are not born Grenadians. Are you following me?
I understand where you're coming from, brother.
Now, there is now these people, we don't know where they are registering. Now, how many people are in Carriacou? How many people are in Carriacou? This is a constituency by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Carriacou don't have 8,512 people on Peter Martinic, do they?
I can't remember what the
I don't
last
think
census.
so.
I can't remember what the last census was saying. I remember at some time it was around 6,000 between Carriacou and Petit Martinique, but I can't remember the
Right,
last
and
census
these
figure.
guys create a new constituency in 2 months. 8,512 people in 2 years. Okay? And the rate they are going, 8512 in 2 years. Okay? And in 2 months, 3034. 3,024 from January to June. Okay? So where are they going with this? And there is no checks and balances. Nobody knows where are these people are now. What is a eat an E2 visa is someone could live out abroad and be a Grenadian. You know that, right? What's an E2 visa?
The E2 visa, I believe, is a specific visa for Grenadians who are doing business in the United States, if I'm remembering correctly. It's specific.
Right. So they are Grenadians.
It's only afforded to
when
Grenadians.
They become Grenadian, they don't have to live in Grenada.
But
is that correct?
If I remember correctly, what the U.S. has done since seeing that with this Russian thing and all of that, is that they have restricted that to only people who are citizens, but they are excluding people who have become citizens of Grenada through CBI, if I'm remembering correctly, when it comes to the E2 visa.
Oh no, these E2 people can be E2, but they don't have to live in Grenada. They could have their business in America, but they are Grenadian. That's the advantage of an E2 visa. Okay, but the point I am making, where I'm going with this is that
I understand.
No, there are no checks and balances of these names. When I get to remember this, because this is concerning to me, how these people could register in any constituency and nobody is. So are we going to say that every NNP and NDC is going to have a watchdog in every polling station to see this is not John Jameson? Because also the names that I see who are registering there. Okay, when I did my research, okay, Arabia, Egypt, Algeria, Great Britain, Thailand, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Turkey, Argentina, Hong Kong. So Changwoo, if I see Changwoo in St. Patrick's where I'm from, that's a reason eyeball for that. And Turkey. These people, they may not be wanting to vote, but they have a right to vote. As I mentioned my last call, the only country that doesn't allow voting is Dominica and St. Kitts. You could have citizenship, but you cannot vote. But in Grenada, you have everything. Now, with that rate they are going, if 15% of Grenada population of natural Grenadian change in the last 2 years, with that rate, what's going to happen election time? 25% of the voting population could be CBI people. Am I wrong or right?
No, a significant number of people from the CBI. And I see that is the reason, my friend, why I continue to say, and we have said on this program several times, that we must pay attention to the voters list, that we must keep on top of the voters list, pay attention, look for the names. We know what the Grenadian sounding names are. We know if we see certain names that most likely isn't somebody that was born and grew here, or has a family history here. And so we know certain names don't exist in Grenada. So we have to keep an eye on the list. And even some of the names that may look Grenadian, you have to identify who the people are if you don't know the person. But you find the name looks normal as a normal, still investigate. Because the people could change the name.
So who have access to the voting list? I mean, is it posted in the post office? There are no post office anymore. Is it posted? How can someone get someone? The average Grenadian don't care about the voting list.
No, but you can access it. Let me say you can access it online. It is available online, so you can get it on the website of the electoral office. So you can access it there. And also, they usually have it up in different villages. Even if it's not at a post office, it's at a shop and different areas in the constituencies. But each of us have to take our own individual responsibility to make sure that that voters list only contains the people who ought to be on it. And if it does not, then we have to make sure that those people who shouldn't be on the list come off the list. Yeah, we have that response. You're spot on with that one, my brother. Yeah?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'll turn my volume back on and then continue listening.
Thank you very much, my brother. Yes, but you're spot on.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Each of us have that responsibility. Each of us have to check because we don't want things come and happen and all kind of thing. Because remember what certain people that say that's the leader of government business in the house. Remember what he had to say.
I say this to point out a reality. that we have been playing with this economy for too long. And that is one of the reasons why I decided to get involved. We must become concerned about Grenada. We must produce our way to prosperity. Selling your citizenship, selling your birthright. Every time you sell citizenship, you make your country smaller.
Remember, there's the person that lead the discussion on citizenship and so for government the last time and so, right, yeah. And remember, his political leader, his prime minister is a CBI agent. His minister of finance is a CBI agent. His treasurer of his political party is a CBI agent, right? Yeah. So, but he talking about you shouldn't sell your citizenship? Okay.
Your citizenship, selling your birthright. Every time you sell citizenship, you make your country smaller. For the bona fide, authentic, original Grenadian.
No, he does say. 440-737-734-732-9-3101. But it has something else I want to play for you all. It's 9 o'clock now. Yeah, it's just after 9. It's time for us to get on to another issue there I want to get on to tonight. Let me see. We have a call online first. Oh boy, we lost that one. Yeah. I heard a statement in Parliament yesterday and it kind of fretted me. Hold on the call for a little while. Yeah, it kind of fretted me when I hear that statement in Parliament yesterday, and you're going to realize why when I play it, huh?
Here, Mr. Speaker, to support a supplemental budget. But, Mr. Speaker, sometimes we need to go back before we go forward. Because we heard a lot from the other side, while they were still here, about the advent of Hurricane Ivan. Least they forget. Or maybe it's 20 years ago, so you can forget. But, Mr. Speaker, 15 and 10 years after, we saw topplings on houses across Grenada. So, Mr. Speaker, when you're talking about a month, just a little over a month ago, and you're asking to clean up and to rebuild, Mr. Speaker, you can't be serious. And you cannot be speaking to the people of Grenada who know better, to people whose houses are still beyond repair because...
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll give you an opportunity to make sure it's that you say again, right? Okay, number 2. Not number 10. Use number 2. Seriously, you have to be number 2. Because you can't be 10 with that. No, you have to be real number 2.
Here, Mr. Speaker, to support a supplemental budget. But, Mr. Speaker, sometimes we need to go back before we go forward. Because we heard a lot from the other side, while they were still here, about the advent of Hurricane Ivan. Least they forget. Or maybe it's 20 years ago, so you can forget. But, Mr. Speaker, 15 and 10 years after, we saw topplings on houses across Grenada.
We saw what? I hear you. We saw what on houses, right? Houses, right?
Saw topplings on houses across Grenada. So, Mr. Speaker, when you're talking about a month, just a little over a month ago, and you're asking to clean up and to rebuild, Mr. Speaker, you can't be serious. And you cannot be speaking to the people of Grenada who know better, to people whose houses are still beyond repair because of...
To our good friends who may be listening from outside of Grenada and may be unaware of the reason that I've just played that. And let me say a special good night to my St. Lucian friends, my Kittishan friends, my friends from the Northern Caribbean, all of our friends who are listening who are non-Grenadian. The person making that statement about the state of housing in Grenada has been the longest ever serving housing minister in the state of Grenada. Not a single individual before or after independence has been in the Ministry of Housing as the Minister of Housing longer than the person that just talked there. Hold on. It's a nobody. This lady spent 9 years. She talking about 20 years. Why ain't tell the public that for nearly half of that, in particular, 9 years, 3 months, and 20 days, I'll give you it exact, that you spent as Minister of Housing. You're there wailing like an idiot, making a damn fool of yourself in front of these people inside there. And they ponging the table because they're saying, yes, let the fool talk. Send the fool further on. You should be ashamed. She was the Minister of Housing. My Jamaican friends, you all may not know. Between 2013 and 2022, the 3rd of March 2013 and the 23rd day of June 2022, this individual for 9 years, 3 months and 20 days was the Minister of Housing. In other words, she had the direct responsibility to deal with this stuff. So you had Hurricane Ivan in 2004. And you had different ministers of housing between 2004 and 2008. That's 4 years. The New National Party went out of office in the year 2008, which means the responsibility for housing was no longer the mandate of the New National Party between 2008 and 2013. That was the NDC administration at one time. I think the ambassador that they have in Cuba, that's Mr. Glenn Noel. Yeah, he was the Minister of Housing at that time. I think at one time Mr. Qualis that's the ambassador they have in Canada now. He was Minister of Housing for a period of time. So they had different ministers of housing under the NDC administration. None of them, not a single minister of housing since the independence of Grenada and possibly before, has been the Minister of Housing and more responsible for housing in the state of Grenada than Delma Thomas. None. Don't take yourself outside. Not because you sit down inside there nice and comfy right now. Don't try and take yourself outside. You're wicked. You talking about housing and talking about how much years, 15 years after you was the minister. That was your responsibility, and you can't say you didn't get money in your ministry because you get real money under that ministry. The budget documents are there. They show how much was allocated and how much was spent. So you can't come to try and tell the Grenadian people, well, the NNP didn't give you money under your ministry to deal with it. You're just wicked. You're a wicked woman. There's no other way to describe you. For you, I would expect that from somebody else on the government side. Anybody else, any of the other people on the government, I could expect that from them. But you come in and tell us, where you say, nah, we playing it one more time, man. Maybe it's artificial intelligence. That can't be you saying that.
Mr. Speaker, to support a supplemental budget. But Mr. Speaker, sometimes we need to go back before we go forward. Because we heard a lot from the other side, while they were still here, about the advent of Hurricane Ivan. Least they forget. Or maybe it's 20 years ago, so you can forget. But Mr. Speaker,
So those who are listening, just remember, she's speaking about 20 years ago. 4 out of the 20, the New National Party was not in office. So if you say 16, and out of the 16, for 9 years, 3 months, and 20 days, the individual talking was the person in charge of housing. So she doing like she had nothing to do with it. She wicked.
10 and 10 years after, we saw toppling on houses across Grenada. So, Mr. Speaker, when you're talking about a month, just a little over a month ago, and you're asking to clean up and to rebuild, Mr. Speaker, you can't be serious. And you cannot be speaking to the people of Grenada who know better, to people whose houses are still beyond repair because of Hurricane Ivan.
So if it's still beyond repair because of Hurricane Ivan, the responsibility for that falls on your shoulders. You're responsible. You as the minister that's supposed to push and make sure that things were done. You got the funding. You can't say you ain't get tens of millions of dollars between 2013 up to 2022 under the budget for your ministry. You were the same person that used to go in the parliament and say the New National Party is the best government ever and the people will be looked after well, and the people of your constituency and the other constituency, and talking about the housing program, and so much is being done. You feel all of that and recorded? You're wicked. I'm saying it as it is. Last night only make me lose it, and tonight you're making me lose it today again. I could expect that from an Andy. We know he does lie and he don't know what he's talking about. We can expect that from a Kirin. That is mouth open, word, and everything else just jump out. Because you know, if it's the cost, they could do that. But you ain't see they have you as a useful fool. You don't even realize that these people are utilizing you to make you a bigger fool than you already is. I can't understand this. The longest serving housing minister. The longest serving housing minister.
I, Delma Thomas, do swear that I will bear true allegiance to Her Majesty's Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God. I, Delma Thomas, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Social Development, Housing, and Community Empowerment with a...
Which ministry is that you have responsibility there for? I think I hear something inside there that you're just talking about there. Let me hear.
Social Development, Housing.
Housing? You was responsible for housing? Let me see what the top of that. Swearing in ceremony of government ministers and senators, 2018. I was looking for the 2013 one. I have the file, but for some reason I could not locate the file because I have her swearing in as the Minister of Housing in the year 2013 as well. Delma Thomas was the Minister of Housing from the 3rd of March 2013 up until the 23rd of June 2022. 9 years, 3 months, and 20 days. So when you hear her talking about for the last 20 years and nothing wasn't done in housing and people on that tarpaulin, you just have to remember that you was responsible for it. You're wicked. I said what I say, and who don't like it at the business. 440-737-734-732. Now open back the phone lines. 440-737-777. Yeah, oh dear, sorry for those of you on the overseas line. I just realized I had it engaged. We have a caller. Go right ahead.
Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Tell them must stop lying. She didn't know all the time we horse was on tarpaulin when she was in office. Eh?
Remember,
tell her where the load of money she gets from Kitchener to help us to do the bathroom and toilet. She never did. When toilet she never give us. Election right now she come tell me do bathroom and toilet. Wicked bitch.
You know, let's be careful on the language, my dear. All right.
Yeah, she do wicked minded. She do wicked minded.
Understand the upset.
She that running on my side. She that coming and run. Tell her she won't get you.
Oh my dear. All right, my dear. You have a wonderful one.
You too.
I know we just get upset, but like watch the that kind we kind of careful with that. Yeah, right? Nice, right? Yeah, we have to keep up the esprit de corps. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, how you doing?
Good right time.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, I listen on it.
Okay, hello. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're somewhere with a lot of noise. You have to move away from the noise because we can't hear you clearly. Well, I can't hear you clearly. So I assume that the listeners can't as well. So you need to move away from where you are with the noise.
Okay. Yes, I listen to Ken Johnson and Junior George program.
Yeah, what? Wherever they say they love you, leave it there. It's not that important to us.
I listen to the show.
Yeah, oh boy, there's a lot of noise where you are.
Hey?
Yeah, there's a lot of noise where you are. But what I'm saying, whatever they say on that program, let me leave it there. We ain't bringing that from. That program was a waste of time. So we ain't going to even bother to bother them.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to tell Delma to know what she's talking about. Because she's talking things with no sense. They have no sense at all.
Of course.
And they're too useless.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
You have a good night.
All right. Yeah, what I'm saying is this. The person who was responsible to ensure that that situation was dealt with is the same person that running them out. So they're doing like it was some, Maybe they're having an outer body experience. Maybe they forgot that they were the minister during that period of time. The evidence is there, you know. The evidence is there. So on the 3rd of March, the 3rd, yeah, 2nd or 3rd, one of them, March 2013, the same individual was sworn in as the Minister of Housing with responsibility for housing. The same person held that responsibility. They never came out of the Ministry of Housing. Nobody else were ever given the Ministry of Housing. That one individual hold that ministry. So since Hurricane Ivan, nobody else has held that ministry that long. After Hurricane Ivan, you had between 2004 and 2008, I think the ministry may have changed hands once or twice. It changed hands. So you didn't have anybody that spent as long as probably 3 years in the Ministry of Housing then. Then the NDC came in 2008. And when they came in 2008, you had Glenn as Minister of Housing, you had Qualis, and I think there was a third person that spent a period of time as the Minister of Housing too. So who responsible? Trying to please them and you're talking stupidness? We have a call online. Hello. Oh boy, wrong one. Hello, good night.
Hi, Brother Scott. Good.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Go right ahead.
I'm behind your pain on your button, brother. I'm behind the pain of, you know.
I ain't paying or not.
Yeah.
I ain't paying or good.
Okay, all right, great. You know, Brother Scott, over the years, I think you were one of the policymakers in the Ministry of Youth. Yes, haven't you been?
Yeah.
And you have left some competent, effective, faithful, dedicated sportarians and youtharians, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And these people have been there, not because of color. You know, it's just like me when I used to be on the Ministry of Works. You know, we walk and not even thinking about color. Mm-hmm. You know, we walk faithfully and gracefully, you know, because we have been employed by the government of Grenada. Now, I say all this to say that the Ministry of Youth, my brother, is alleged that these people have to be on the P's and the Q's, and they have to be on the lookout. It's alleged that the ROs are about to fire at them. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as usual, the government of Grenada of the day, they are the most vindictive. You know, today I've been in a conversation with a lady and I told her that. She said, no. The previous government. I said, listen to me. This government is one of the most vindictive, abusive, excessive, right? Government that ever passed in Grenada. I mean, my age, I've experienced other governments. You know, I want to say to the workers of the Ministry of Youth and Sports that they need to continue doing the work that they've been called to do. Do it faithfully, do it with dedication, do it with commitments. You know, commit yourself to the thing. And look out, when they come to touch you, you deal with them with the law. Deal with them according to the constitution of our country. No one should try to take bread from anybody's mouth, regardless what color they bear. Once they are doing the work, you understand? Once they are doing, and I'm telling you, it's alleged that RO is about to fire them. Right? And that lady that talked, I don't know who that person is, but there's a woman that spoke a while ago, you played a clip. You know, I just want to be that way. And that lady, she had a lot of an accounting to give to God Almighty. You know, just like the scripture that talk about Peter when he warmed himself by the enemy's fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because that was in the winter. So he went up and it's alleged also that he cursed. That's exactly who we are dealing with in that parliament. When she had lied and said that she had nothing to do with housing. You remember that? You need to play that clip again. Nothing to do with housing, with distribution of the houses in Carriacou. And when you played the clip, and you saw the video of the clothes that she was wearing, couldn't she come back and say sorry? She made a mistake. She was, she couldn't remember after you played the clip. Listen, Beryl, we continue doing and pressing the claims. They want to try to shut us up, but the gentleman that spoke about the registration and all of that, he has a real serious point. And we have to take this into consideration and be very serious. And why do you think they are behaving so with the people of Grenada? Because they are not authorities' plans. You could never tell me somebody in an organization like this, where people are the focus, right? And they're treating people like that. Huh? They have their agenda. They have their agenda. Listen, Grenadians, rise up. Rise up and let us rise up with the truth. Continue speaking the truth. Have a good night, my brother.
All right, thank you. Yes, indeed. 440-7377 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside. I mean, not you. I'm still trying to understand this one, We have a call online. Hello.
Hey, good night, sheldon. Good night, Talking Points. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You go right ahead, bro.
Yeah, sheldon. What I've been monitoring for the last couple of years, right? When the NDC had thrown out the members, the Ali Gill, the Carl Hood, the Peter David, none of these men never came on the NMP platform and bad talk the NDC or bad talk to him and Thomas in any way or form or fashion. They will say what they did, they will say they were thrown out, and they will give the party their praises when it is due. But the honorable member, that number 10 lady, sheldon, I know even that he believes in God, but it cannot be the same God I believe in. She believes in something different.
How to be?
She don't believe in the same God I believe. Because trust me, one person cannot be so evil, and the followers of that lady, because she's in the middle of Honorable Ron and Honorable Andy. And they are sitting on there and condoning that. I mean, my God. And before I go, better run with it. Take your time. You reach it. Take your time, you reach it. You see that imaginary doctor you're going for, whatever subject you're going for, take your time. Go yourself. That's all I will tell you. Have a good night, sheldon.
All right, brother. 440-7377 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. I really want to find out. Folks, they cannot tell me that I said anything here that is untrue. That's the longest serving health minister in history in Grenada. We have, my health, housing minister in history in Grenada. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, sheldon.
Hey, good night, my dear. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm calling from the Northwest.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not calling about the Delma situation. I'm calling about this girl Carriacou from Guav.
Mm-hmm.
This girl bound to embarrass herself, so. Listen, me and this girl, I know this girl very good, Me and the girl was good friends, and I still is today. But my God, she couldn't do a little research. That is good embarrassment, Nothing this girl say made sense. And the worst part is, she's like she don't really understand how to put across what she's trying to say. I know she get afraid of what, but it's like all the thoughts, everything she know about Parliament go do it, because I really don't understand what this girl say. I haven't spoken in Parliament, no, I have not, but I have a little understanding about what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to deliver. And I don't know, boy, wow, this girl really let us down, boy. High school, she let down high school, because a lot of the things this girl talking about, we learn that in school. 1 year, Hurricane Ivan passed. Oh gosh, man. I don't know, but they really need to rethink their strategy next time. Yes, we want young people, but we want capable young people. Because you need this kind of position is responsibility, and if you don't know how to handle the responsibility, how to speak publicly, how to get your thoughts across with respect and with dignity, you just embarrass yourself. And that's exactly what she did yesterday. And another thing, what they did, Dr. Mitchell, it was insane. And
Look,
it was a shame.
The dog and all vex. Your dog and all vex in the background.
No.
Your dog and all vex and you making noise in the back there, your dog vex.
Oh, my dog? Yeah,
your dog upset. Go ahead.
Yes, awesome. There with Dr. Mitchell and what they handling. I don't understand why the man can't just air his thoughts out. Because at the end of the day, Parliament is somewhere where the opposition could challenge how the present institution is running the country. And if you're not doing a good job, you would hear about it in Parliament. All you have to do is be able to bring facts and say what is what, tell people what is what. But if you can't do that as the leading government, do that in Parliament respectfully. And what is the point of all leading the country? Everything that's going on in Parliament right now, the whole system is there for a reason. And if you want to come and change everything and do what you want, there is talk. And as a lawyer, you should know exactly what should be done and what is expected of you. And for you to go there right now and represent a whole political party like that, it's an embarrassment. And I show all them in the scene them right now, they face screw up. Who will put it to represent us? And they should be thinking about that in the first place. Because I right about now, all of them looking, oh, where Dr. Mitchell? Them in Carriacou, gosh, where Dr. Mitchell? But when he was there, y'all bash him, y'all say all kind of things about him, and we sat there, we listen. All you want to change, all you get all the change. Look at the change all you want to bring forth. A whole pile of 2 cents and 1 cent. How that making sense?
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
Thanks for listening. Give my son JJ a kiss for me.
You know I'm going to
have a blessed one.
All right, my dear. Yes, indeed. 440-737-734-7329-3101. Those are, and folks, let me let you know. Yeah, this Saturday, is it this Saturday? I saw the tickets. Someone sent it to me a short while ago. Where has that gone to? Yeah, there is the St. Andrew Southwest Constituency branch. Yeah, they are having their usual luncheon and barbecue. Come on, where is it? Somebody sent it to me a little while ago. You know, the thing disappear. All of a sudden, the thing disappear from on me. Or let's send it back again for me. Send it back again for me, please. Yeah, because I don't know what I do with it. I don't know what I do with it. I don't want to give the wrong day. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Yes, go right ahead, my dear.
Yeah, good night. I guess if Delma Thomas must give Karen James them stupidness that she spoke. Real tautology, you know, concerning the same Hurricane Ivan and the time they take to do repairs on houses, it has to be she. Listening to what she said there today. Thanks for playing that tape.
Yes, my dear. No problem.
Yeah.
And some folks are asking me to play it again. Watch. You see, last night we don't lose some brain cells listening one. All they want me to play it. I will play it again. Yes, because it is important that people know what is being said. Yeah? And it is important that they understand who is saying it. It's important they understand it. This person is the longest serving Minister of Housing ever since Grenada became independent.
I hear, Mr. Speaker, to support a supplemental budget. But, Mr. Speaker, sometimes we need to go back before we go forward. Because we heard a lot from the other side, while they were still here, about the advent of Hurricane Ivan. Least they forget. Or maybe it's 20 years ago, so you can forget. But, Mr. Speaker, 15 and 10 years after, we saw topplings on houses across Grenada. So, Mr. Speaker, when you're talking about...
And imagine she stand up there and talking about that like she trained that talk for somebody else. And she realized she trained that talk and she self for the... She realized that she trained that talk on. And to be yourself, you're trained that talk on. Can't be the new national party that you're talking on there. That's yourself you're talking on. You had that special responsibility.
But a month... Just a little over a month ago, and you're asking to clean up and to rebuild, Mr. Speaker, you can't be serious. And you cannot be speaking to the people of Grenada who know better.
And if you had common sense, you would know that when Hurricane Ivan had hit, Grenada had no insurance facility. But I know the people around here, they don't know better because you sit down there and you let them talk all that stupidness. So they don't know better, but there was no insurance facility. In other words, you had no money to use and your economy was destroyed. Your entire island's economy was gone. Yeah? This is a different situation where it is a specific part of the island that has been damaged, yet still your economy still continues by and large, except for the small scale economy in the area that has been damaged, and you've gotten insurance money in 14 days due to what was done by the new National Party. Yeah? In 14 days, you were able to get it. We have a caller online. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night, my brother. Go right ahead.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. Sheldon, isn't there something that the people of St. John's could do to remove that lady?
Well,
Sheldon, this thing is below zero.
They could vote out and never make that kind of mistake again.
But she don't need just voting out. She need to be removed from there.
Remember, that MP for St. John has been out no less than 24 times for this year, representing the state of Grenada, and you hear the nonsense she talking here.
Sheldon, the type of reasoning the lady bring across was below zero. She lost her thoughts, and then you could see like somebody stand up to be trying to look significant, and she was just saying a set of nonsense. She couldn't even stop herself from proceeding down that nonsensical road. She couldn't even stop herself. And like all she colleagues around her, they just couldn't, they know she was speaking nonsense, and they just couldn't stop her. That was an embarrassment to Grenada. Never in the history of Grenada you ever see a parliamentarian in the house, in the lower house, stood up and talk such nonsense. Like you couldn't catch where she going. Even the little children in kindergarten could have said, what it is she's saying.
And my brother, I only played part of what they say. It's not a lot of other nonsense that they say. I only play part, you know.
First time in my life, I hear such nonsense. Now, you have a guy from the country used to say things, and people disagree with him. But you could have followed what he's saying. Winty or the guy they used to call the guy. You could have followed what the guy is saying. He bring across his thoughts and whether or not people like it or not, but you could have followed what he's saying. You have another guy from Happy Hill again. You could follow what the guy is saying.
Washi?
Yeah, you could follow what Washi saying. But you couldn't follow this lady. This lady bung away in all ways. She needed discipline. And I think the Speaker of the House need to tell she stay away for the next 10 sittings or something. This lady needs some kind of penalty for this nonsense. Because she interfered with the intellect of the people of Grenada. She came in there trying to look important. And Sheldon, the lady, embarrassed the constituency of St. John's. This is not representation. That level of representation was below zero. I could understand somebody making a mistake. That was not a mistake. This was speaking nonsense. And I think when parliamentarians go off like that, there should be something to remove them. And sub-election should have called for that seat, man. This lady need to be removed. She need to be, the head need to be checked.
Well, let me say, man, I think that you're along the right path. Probably we need to start looking in the future at parliamentary recall. That the people could say, hey, that person, we can't continue with that person for the next so much years. We can recall them.
She said something once. She was in an interview on Heartbeat, or how they call the program. She wasn't a parliamentarian yet. She was the candidate for that seat. And she was interviewed by the person who was doing the program. And they asked her something about where she would like to work if she win the seat, what she would like to do. And she says, I would like to work in Parliament. And the thing was sounding so stupid that the man had to quickly call for a break. And come back and ask her, maybe tell her what to say, and come back to for she to say something that made sense to her. That's the second time I hear that lady speak such nonsense. The other asked the lady, I want to work in Parliament. That's what she said. Where would you like to work? What ministry? I would like to work in Parliament. Sheldon, she was way out of line, and then I tell myself, this is just an innocent little child trying a thing. And I don't know who. And then number 10 say...
But I number 2. That can't be number 10. That had to be number 2.
But number 10 say she mentor her. She said that is she child. That's the one she mentor her in politics. I really, I really want to know what number 10 mentored. Number 10 should have been ashamed of herself, and I believe she should call that girl and sit down with that girl and tell that girl resign. That girl need to resign. Indeed. I am asking this girl to resign. We don't need that level of representation in Grenada. It's too low.
But that misrepresentation, that is not even representation, that is misrepresentation.
Yeah, it's too low. It's too low. It's below 0. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right, my brother. 4407377. Let me clear the line. Yeah, I think I saw the overseas line a while ago. Yeah. So just making sure. Nice. Let me see here. Oh dear, I missed that one. Yeah, trying to see if I could call back one of the people that had been calling. Let me see if I could get this one. Nice, right. Yeah, nice. All right. So answer one time. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
Very quiet.
Right.
I have a little concern.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about the houses and the timing of the houses and whatever, and comparing it with what wasn't done and what is done and so on. Now, the thing about it is, when you look at it, what I'm looking at, you cannot compare a dwelling house of somebody with a house after people had live their dirty life, I should say, with drinking alcohol and getting sick and have to be placed in an institution. For you to compare the dwelling house with that kind of thing, saying, look at up till now, this house is still not built and whatever. Number 10, as a woman, women controls a home. Women have the greatest part of a home. I think she should sit back and listen what she had said and think over and come and apologize to all women, because I think she is embarrassing us big time. Okay?
Indeed,
thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, caller. Caller is right. Caller is more than right. Yes, indeed. 440-737-7347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on the inside. I had to keep checking because my foot keep bouncing the line here and kind of setting it off. Yeah, let me say a special good night to you, Lulu. Out there in Carriacou, that girl in Leicester. Good night to you. Good night to you, Ziggy. Good night to all of the listeners out there in Carriacou. Those of you that can, because I know the electricity isn't everywhere. Not everybody is able to listen. And as well, the connection. You're speaking to somebody in Carriacou on the phone, and the connection is not back 100% when it comes to those things. They're not even, if you ask me, they're not even really at a 80% when it comes to the quality of the call and them kind of thing to be able to speak to them. All right, 440-7377-347-329-3101. Yeah, I was trying to call back one of the listeners and them was trying to call and thing. All right, so when I'm trying to do that there, another call come here, so let me take the call here. Hello, good night.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to make no big set of comments. What I want you to do is to play the clip Mr. Thomas was saying. NNP is the best government. They could work, they could do this, they could do that for the people and them.
But you know one thing?
You had it play the clip now?
No, I'll play that tomorrow night. You know why?
Oh God, man,
no,
because
listen,
you on the trend with these things from Parliament.
What I'm telling you, I don't have my hard drive with it tonight. I'll leave home and I'll leave the hard drive home. And it's not on the computer, but I have it on a hard drive. Yeah, and I can't access the hard drive how I have it tonight. Yeah. But not only that, but remember, she was on GBN recently basically saying she had nothing to do with the distribution of houses in Carriacou. And then we put our hand in all the envelopes in Carriacou. So there seems to be something definitely wrong with that individual, eh? There seems something had to be wrong with that. They cannot tell me that everything is all well and okay with them. And they're doing this kind of nonsense. And you hear them? They ponging the table, they making noise and thing, they clapping, they making noise, they cheering her on to make a fool of herself, you know.
Yeah.
Not one of them go say, hey, girl, remember, you was the minister of housing, what you saying there, girl, hush. Nobody can tell her nothing. Nobody can give her a little pull jacket. Eh? And you know, when I'm saying pull jacket, is a ongoing joke between me and certain people that if you're saying something and you're in parliament and you're in the chair next to the person and you find they're going off key, you just pull the jacket a little bit so they know check themselves. You understand? Oh, caller is good. Yes, indeed. 440-737-347-329-3101. Yeah, once more by popular demand, we're going to play it one more time. Nice? One more time.
Support a supplemental budget. But Mr. Speaker, sometimes we need to go back before we go forward. Because we heard a lot from the other side, while they were still here, about the advent of Hurricane Ivan. Least they forget. Or maybe it's 20 years ago, so you can forget. But Mr. Speaker, 15 and 10 years after, we saw topplings on houses across Grenada. So Mr. Speaker...
Well, watch how Andy smiling. Okay, he's saying in his mind, he's saying, but what do this fool? Watch how he's smiling in the corner. He's saying, but wait, she wasn't the minister. You wasn't the minister that's responsible for that? Oh boy, yeah, I missed a call. Let me see if I can get back that call there. Okay, let's try this one then. We have a call online. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, caller. You're live, caller. Just lower the volume in the background. You're live. Go right ahead.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, give us a little low in the back and we're good to go.
Okay. Sheldon,
Yeah. Yes, my dear.
I was listening to Miss Thomas there, and I want to find out from which part of Grenada she went. What parish, what area. If she was flying on a drone or on a helicopter to see houses with tarpaulin on it still.
In 2024 and
I would like her
2022
to
and
tell me,
2020.
I'll take a picture and show the nation which part of Grenada still have houses with tarpaulin on it still. And the Minister of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, I would like to know who in Carriacou and Petit Martinique he wrote checks to send out to know that the people has money on their account to build over the houses. Because he said that they have money, they could do it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know who he wrote the checks to and send it out to, so they could go to the hardware and get their own money, go to the bank and take out the money and build their own houses. That is highly disrespectful to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique and even Grenada. And Ms. Thomas need to say something to the nation, apologize to us for lying to us and tell us that there are houses in Grenada with tarpaulin on it still. That is unfair, and we're not going to accept it. Ms. Thomas needs to come and apologize to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Thank you.
All right, my dear. And folks, before I take another call, let me just remember here. Now, the St. Andrew South West constituency, they are having their luncheon barbecue, and so that's taking place this Saturday, and it's taking place at the Grand Bar Netball Court from 12 noon. So basketball court. I say netball, basketball court, and that is taking place this Saturday, right, from midday, and that has be a nice vibes. It's a long time I didn't get to go up to it, and I used to go up to that every year, right? Yeah, just want to say that now, putting myself in trouble because some of them go start to say, well, you give us up. No, I ain't give all you up, yeah, right? I ain't give all you up. So that's taking place. It's the annual barbecue. For those of you that know it and have been to it before, it's always one of the best ones that us have here up there in Grand Bra. So the St. Andrew Southwest constituency branch of the New National Party, they have the annual barbecue, and on the menu they have chicken, pork, fish at the Grand Bra Community Center basketball court, right, that little area there, and that is taking place this Saturday. Price of the tickets only $15. They're starting from 12 noon. If you can make it, head on out there and lend them your support. All right? Yeah, so we calling back people, man, when we get the opportunity and we could call back. We're trying to see we could call back there now. Yeah, let me see we could call back there. And folks, you know another thing that kind of threatened me? Our Minister of Education leave the island on personal business for most of this month. He gone. Now he come back in and trying to rush to speak to people about different things now. So you're finding out now that in St. Patrick, the place with the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, in St. Patrick, the McDonald College, which was seriously damaged during Hurricane Beryl, they didn't do no remedial work to say, well, at least we could be able to start the school. And so from what I'm hearing, it doesn't seem likely that school may start on Monday. They may have to start a little later and so on. But the minister wasn't here to direct and speak on behalf of these people. Where the minister was? So you know he had to be there to come and sort out the business in the ministry. He there for joke and to collect salary. He ain't there to do the work. You disappear on personal business for how much days after a hurricane damage all these schools and so wipe out some of the schools in Carriacou, and you have back to school and you gone for 3 weeks on personal business. I tell you, Dr. Keith Mitchell, think you'd be former minister. We have a call online. Go right ahead.
Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Good night.
And a good night to you.
As it relates to the MP for Carriacou, listening to his video, he denied the fact that he never said anything as it relates to teachers, public servants, whatever. But in the video, Sheldon, I pick up something, and that registers. And I don't know if other people saw it and think about it the way I am thinking about it. He said that the people have the money and they could build back the houses. He went on to say that I am not just saying it. It is a fact. I know it. We know it. So in that case, it was factual. He had proof. He has evidence that the people have money. I'm wondering if he's going to deny saying that also. He said, I'm not just telling all, you know. We know it. We know it, which means it is factual. But you know what? He could deny it as much as he could. The day will come when he must admit he said it. I repeat myself. He can deny it as much as he could. The day will come when he must admit he said it. And in doing so, he would apologize to the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik. Because what I am thinking, I don't know if he is thinking that. I wouldn't let him know what I'm thinking because I know very well he's listening. I know very well he's listening.
They're listening for him to go on.
So I wouldn't let him know what I'm thinking.
He has to go on a Tweedledee and Tweedledum tomorrow, so he has to listen to be able to go back and say stupidness.
Yeah, because you know the day will come. The day will come when he will need the said teachers and other public officers in Carriacou. He will need them. He will need them. The day will soon come when he will need them. Those who know for a fact have the money and they could build back and they should not depend on the government.
Well, they had the money and
it is left to the teachers. It is left to the teachers and the public officers in Carriacou to prove to him that they will no longer depend on him. Sheldon, well, you know me already. I'm waiting for the roundup of the program.
All right.
Good night.
All right. Well, here's my message to the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik. You all have your money to rebuild, eh? and teachers, public workers in Carriacou, you all have your money to buy your water. And so just remember you also have your vote. And the time will come for it when they're going to come wrong with you with the puppy face asking for the vote. They brave, you know. The same all they're telling, they have storeroom full of water there. Just now you're going to see that to send out boat and dump thing again. The same people, they go come back to you just now. So you have your money, eh? All you have all your money, all you have everything, but all you have all your vote too. We have a caller online. Go right ahead, caller.
Hey, Sheldon, good now.
Hey, sir, how you go?
I cool.
Go right ahead, man.
I can't really blame Delma, you know. I can't blame Delma at all. Because, I mean, we have to remember something. Because we must remember something because he have no medication. You understand? Medication scarce. So she's thinking now that she just joined politics. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so I can't really blame her, you know? I can't blame her, so good night, everybody. Yeah.
Boss, for 4407. But what did I find all your money? 440-7377-34732. Yeah, 440-737-734-732932101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on the inside. Folks, remember the St. Andrew Southwest constituency, they've got their annual barbecue. Yeah, glad to see that it's back on. That's going to be taking place this Saturday. Yeah, just remember that's taking place this Saturday starting from 12 at the Grand Bar Community Center, Grand Bar Basketball Court. Yeah, so remember to look out for that one. Eh? Yeah, thanks, brother, because I have this, but it's not with me right. Let me see if I could download this here. Yeah, if I could put that there, and let me see if I could play that day, because I think some people feel we forget them, you know. Yeah, and folks, we still ain't talk about the supplementary yet, you know. We've fallen into the thing, but nah, we always remembering that we have to talk about it, eh? Yeah, we always remembering that we have to talk about the supplementary budget. Yeah, when some people say anything, you just have to remember, you know, yeah, sometimes people say anything, you remember, they say no kind of thing.
We need to look back as we talk about housing. During that time, how many people can say that we receive housing assistance under NDC government? NDC government see housing and improving the life of people, ordinary people, as greedy and needy and greedy. That's what they call them. But the only true government, Mr. Speaker, the only true party that truly cares about our people is the New National Party. And our people, they do not forget. So let's...
Oh, they don't? Oh, I'm glad you know that we don't, yeah? I'm glad that you know that we don't. Let me put that one big, boy. Yeah, let me put that one big. Yeah, we put that one big. Yeah, we can.
We need to look back as we talk about housing. During that time, how many people can say that we receive housing assistance under NDC government? NDC government see housing and improving the life of people, ordinary people, as greedy and needy and greedy. That's what they call them. But the only true government, Mr. Speaker, the only true party that truly cares about our people is the New National Party. And our people, they do not forget. So let's not take them for fool and say there's a wave. There's no wave.
Yeah, there's no wave. Partners, I agree with you. I don't know where you get a caller from, boy. What you going to do with that phone? All it show. Listen, so she spent 9 years, 3 months, and 20 days. Longest anybody ever spent as the Minister of Housing. The person who was speaking earlier there, she spent the longest period as the Minister of Housing. And you hear all she had to say. I stop call she number 10, she's number 2. She had to be a number 2. She gave me number 10. Yeah, serious. Because I'm telling you, something has to be wrong. Something, and all I realize is the same kind of gesticulation and so on. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing there, the same kind of titivation.
We need to look back as we talk about housing.
So we need to look back. Okay, you're talking about housing, so we need to look back, right?
in their time. How many people can say that we receive housing assistance under NDC government? NDC government see housing and improving the life of people, ordinary people as greedy and needy and greedy. That's what they call them. But the only true government, Mr. Speaker, the only true party that truly cares about our people is the New National Party. And our people, they do not forget. So let's not take them for fool and say there's a wave. There's no wave.
Yeah, yeah, there's no wave. There's no wave. Huh? Let's don't take people for fool. Let's don't take people for fool. Yeah, folks, just remember, especially for those of you who may be interested in Grenadian politics but are non-Grenadian. There's the same person here talking yesterday now. Yeah.
Here, Mr. Speaker, to support a supplemental budget. But, Mr. Speaker, sometimes we need to go back.
Oh, we need to go back again. But how much time we go back? We ain't going forward at all. But anyhow.
Before we go forward. Because we heard a lot from the other side, while they were still here, about the advent of Hurricane Ivan. Least they forget. Or maybe it's 20 years ago, so you can forget. But, Mr. Speaker, 15 and 10 years after, we saw topplings on houses across Grenada. So, Mr. Speaker, when you're talking about a month, just a little over a month ago, and you're asking to clean up and to rebuild, Mr. Speaker, you can't be serious. And you cannot be speaking to the people of Grenada who know better, to people whose houses are still beyond repair because of Hurricane Ivan.
The things money does do to some people, eh? We foot. The thing money does do to some people. Yeah? Folks, yeah, it's nearly that time. But if that person had to be on the phone already, if they want to get through tonight, and they had to make it a 30-second call. Because something definitely had to be wrong there. That person cannot be normal. No, that is not normal behavior, man. I tend to believe what I call our saying. Folks, we had to continue that tomorrow night. And there were one or two other things that I wanted to speak about tonight. And I sort of got sidetracked into some other discussions tonight. But folks, just remember, this Saturday it's coming up. It's always, I'm guaranteeing you, there's always a nice activity that St. Andrew Southwest has, that barbecue and so on that they have up there. It's always a wonderful activity. And you know, once people like Mrs. Yolande Bain Hosford and my good partner Steve and them involved in something, it has always been nice. And Vale and all these people, it has been nice. All right, so head on out there. If you're in St. Andrew, go on out and lend your support and so on. I know that other members of the New National Party team will ensure that they pass by. Yeah? So head on out and support. And we hope that something is done quickly for the students at MacDonald College, because all you have a minister that decided it was more important to go out on personal business while MacDonald College had to fix, and you have all these things. So now you're rushing back. You're rushing back with just a couple days left before the reopening of school to come and tell us what? To come and tell us you're supposed to have been here working now, school could reopen and then you leave. But instead of ensuring that you was here to make sure that the schools reopen, and so you go about your private business. I tell you, I know Dr. Keith Rowley. You would have been former minister. He wouldn't tell you nothing when you're going, you know. But while you're gone, somebody else would have been permanently in your place. This had to be craziness. And we accepting that? My goodness. Folks, that's all the time we have for talking. That's all the time we have for talking points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in whatever you say and do. Do it safe and secure. I want to be talking with you. And definitely not about you. I am out of here. I think I'm going out with our gospel, man. Yeah, I need something to... Yeah. We had to get rid of that blind boy. What? That wickedness, Papa, yo.
Tribulation. Yo, some people never know say you're going to live prison tonight, you know. I have been through persecution. Put up an arm and them sisters are still alive. Tell them, thank God I crossed home. Just stand up and say,